I did it again.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Pixie Palace. And we are back for the weekly Oracle card reading for December 12th, 2021. And before we get into this exciting time, I did want to thank all of you for being so sweet, so supportive, and just really reaching out with love and messages, even sending me a text and just really showing up. And I was really humbled and really touched by all the support I received. It hasn't been easy having my best friend pass, but I am in a better place. I have felt her energy around me ever since she's passed, and I do feel in my heart that she is okay. And that in itself has really given me a lot of peace. It doesn't mean I don't have my moments. It doesn't mean I'm not sad about it, but I do feel more peace than I thought I would. I was actually kind of surprised about that. And I had a kind of a nice little moment where I thought, oh, she gets to catch up with my late husband again, because they were really good friends when they were both alive. I just feel like he's making her laugh up there. So, but anyway, enough of my rambling. Since Timmy is sleeping on the couch, as you can see back there, and or maybe you can't, I don't know. He's kind of buried in the blankets over there. I thought he was going to start acting up because he started looking at the walls and started getting twitchy, and I thought, oh God, here we go. But he's nice and calm, and he's passed out. So now going forward, we're going to go on with the Oracle card reading. I have my little amethyst heart-shaped crystal to guide us through these readings. Is perfect for anxiety, soothing anxiety. It's also good for balancing and just really keeping yourself in the present moment. So if you have any amethyst, that would be really good to have near you as I'm doing this reading. And I'm going to be using 2 Oracle card decks. Of course, you guys all know and love this Oracle of the Fairies by Karen K. I will be using that. And I was very tickled to have a viewer and a friend of mine get the same deck because it reminded her of her mother, and she felt it was a message from her. And I thought that was so cool. It really humbled me when I heard that. And a big shout out to you, girl. I really hope your deck is beautiful as well, and that you're getting plenty of messages from your mom. It's really a beautiful bond when you can communicate in that way. So, and I'm also going to be using another deck you guys are all familiar with, Earth Magic by Stephen D. Farmer. That's all the animal-based, nature-based cards. And my boyfriend actually bought this for me from a long time ago. And these cards are just absolutely gorgeous. I really resonate with them when I'm in the right alignment with them. So, forgive me as we go forward. I am feeling an energy of reflection, intuition, but I'm also feeling a little muddled. So I did take a moment before the video just to kind of clear that out. I do feel sometimes the words get stuck as I'm trying to explain the messages, so just bear with me. Even if you don't quite understand the messages, sometimes just knowing the energy of the messages is enough for some people. Also, these messages are timeless as always. You do not necessarily have to be watching this video on December 12th, 2021 to actually get something out of this. It actually is, the message is meant for you the time you watch it. If you're drawn to watch this video, then there is something here for you. So, okay, so first we're going to do a message from the universe for the week, and I'm going to use my Earth Magic deck to do that. I already cleared the cards earlier. I'm going to give them another shuffle. I did a quick one today. I did the knock on the deck one just because it was quick and easy, to be really honest. I did do a video a little while ago about how I clear cards and what ways you can do that. So I'll link that above in case you missed it and you want to see that. I think it was a really good question I got from a subscriber, so I decided to address it in a video. So, okay. Oh, these are nice and smooth today. Nice. It's good to have good energy like that. So, let's see. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Spring equinox, rebirth. And you see how this woman has leaves for her hair. She's holding the bunny and the butterfly. And all the beautiful colors are all coming together. That's pretty cool. And it's interesting. It doesn't necessarily have to be the spring equinox, literally. We humans tend to take things literally, and that's just how we roll. But a lot of us have been working on ourselves, and this week it seems like a little bit more momentum's happening. We're starting to see the fruits of our labor, and we're starting to see manifestations coming to life, or just positive shifts in our path. It's really interesting because with rebirth, it comes in many forms. It doesn't have to be necessarily a religious thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be literal rebirth. It doesn't have to be any of that. It can be a spiritual rebirth in a sense of changing your life for the better, or changing or transmuting things that no longer serve you. And I really feel a pull on this for myself, because as I'm dealing with life events, as I'm bringing new things to the table, I notice I'm shifting as well, because change is inevitable, and you've heard me say that many times, but it's a constant. And when we stop changing in a constructive or positive way, we don't grow, we don't expand, and we don't actually become that better version of ourselves that we're meant to be. And we are here in our lives to experience different things and to allow those experiences to help us grow. And we're very resistant to that sometimes. Change is not easy. It's not like you go to bed one version and wake up the next day another version. It normally doesn't happen like that. It takes work. It takes patience. It takes time. And when we know this, and when we're really okay with that, beautiful things start to happen. We start working on ourselves little by little. It doesn't have to be in huge leaps and bounds. It can be just eating a little better, or hydrating more, or stopping negative self-talk, or helping people a little bit more as you help yourself. It could be so many different forms. And rebirth can also be something in your career. It could be something where you're in a job that you hate and you realize, you know what? This is not it for me. This is not serving me. And I'm not serving anybody else, being miserable in that experience. So you make a decision, and that in itself can be a rebirth. You make that decision to change it. So you actually go out and either start looking for another job, or you start creating your own business, or you partner with somebody for a side gig. It could be a lot of different things. And that in itself can totally transform everything in your life. And for some, like myself, it's not necessarily a career thing, even though I am working on those things. It's more of a life change. At the same time, I'm allowing the universe to guide me and not be so restrictive in how I think my future should look. It's kind of like that saying, when one door closes, another one opens. And I really believe in that, because as we transmute energy that no longer serves us, or it could be certain things in our lives or certain relationships or what have you that no longer serve us, we make room for new. And as we do that, we're reborn as another version of ourselves. It's usually a better version of ourselves. There may be times we go through a struggle and we, as they say, backslide into old habits, or we just are in a dark time we can't seem to get out of. This is the time to do that shadow work and to really sit with yourself and feel the emotions and really get to the root of why you are at where you're at. And it doesn't mean beating yourself up or self-negative talk, and nothing like that. Be gentle with yourself, because you're doing the best you can with what you have, with where you're at. But there's always room for growth. There's always room to make that decision to change things for the better. Once we make that decision, it's done. And yes, action is important, of course. I'm not saying don't take action, don't continue to work on yourself. But thoughts are energy, and energy is put out into the universe. So when we actually mentally make that decision, either with our mind or with our heart, it's done. It may not always end up in the version we think it'll show up, but it will happen in one form or another. And now, for those of you who are hearing that, don't expect that in the next second or even the next 24 hours. Occasionally that can happen, but that's not the norm. It does take continual work. It takes showing up for yourself every day, and it takes maybe goals. If you're goal oriented, it takes that. If you need to be more aligned with your spiritual self, your higher self, that's what's needed. Do it. Do what helps yourself. Because when you start working on yourself and helping yourself, taking care of yourself, you'll be able to serve others that much better. Because none of us can help anyone serving from an empty tank. So that's really, really important to remember. A lot of us know that, but a lot of us don't do that. Me included sometimes. And rebirth is a beautiful time to start new things. Really step out on faith. Step out of your comfort zone. See what you're capable of. Remove your self-limitations. Because once you remove those, man, you can go far. And I do believe we all have that capability. We just have to believe in ourselves. But whatever it is, believe in yourself enough to make those changes. As you are reborn, envision the person you want to be. Envision the life you want to have. Envision anything that you know you want to take a crack at. Because you are limitless. You just have to believe that. Step out in your faith. And even if it's just a tiny bit, it'll be enough to get you on the right path. Now, I'm not saying don't find support from the outside. Sometimes having a supportive family, blood or not, that makes a huge difference. That keeps you going. So I definitely encourage that. I've found a lot of my soul family lately, which has been beautiful. So I totally understand that. And it's time. It's time for us to really recognize our worth and not have to depend on other things to determine that. So as we're reborn, that'll create a ripple effect in the world, whether we realize it or not. Because the more of us start realizing our potential, start putting value out in the world, and start really, really having a positive impact on others as well as ourselves, this world can change for the better. It will take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It might not even happen in our lifetime. But as long as we show up every day and keep on going, what we do, the work we do now, will have an effect on the future. So, wow. Okay, that got deep. So there's that card for this week. And remember, it doesn't have to be leaps and bounds this week. You can just be doing tiny little changes that can have a big effect on your path. So it could be just something little. Start with baby steps. Don't get overwhelmed by the big picture, even though it's good to know the big picture. Don't get overwhelmed by that. Believe me, I've been there. I've been like, oh man, I got to change everything all at once. No. Don't do that, because you will overwhelm yourself and you'll just say, forget it. Just start off one little step, and then the next day take another little step, and just keep going. And as I said, show up every day. Okay, so I'm starting to get all misty-eyed. Now we're going to use our beloved fairies card, and this one I'm going to just allow you guys to get the message that you're supposed to receive. And what it'll be, it could be life direction you want for this week and beyond. It could be an answer to your question. It could just be an extra message. Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you resonate with. I remember always in these readings, no matter what it is, no matter what perspective you're coming from when you see this video, just take whatever resonates for you. It could be the tiniest part of this video and discard the rest, because not everybody's going to resonate with every single aspect of this messages. So, and that is okay. So I just want to remind you guys of that. So, all right. Oh boy. You know, these cards are so on point. Sometimes it just blows my mind. Ask for help. Oh boy, howdy. And that's a message for me as well. I know it. Right. And you see this, how beautiful it is? The woman's reaching for help, and you see the beautiful, it's actually an angel this time, not really a fairy, I don't think. And you see all this green. Again, we're back to the heart chakra, the heart space, which is love. And the message says, angels are celestial beings who protect everyone. And the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Man, I know my friend Angel Souls, Michelle, would love this card. So a big shout out to you, Michelle. If you don't know her channel, I'll link her channel below. She has really great messages. She's really down to earth and real, which I really like about her. So this card really speaks for itself. And I will interject one thing. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. And I hope this helps you either answer your question or give you more insight to your week. So that is the Oracle card reading for this week. I hope you guys liked it. Forgive me if I was a little rusty, trying to get back into it. Trying to switch myself on from this to gaming and back. Sometimes it's not always an easy transition, but I'm trying different things to get myself in the right alignment. So yeah, so anyway, I really love you all. Again, thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. I'm almost at 1K. I can't believe it. But when I do reach 1,000 subscribers, I will have a very special video for all of you so we can celebrate. I know it's not about the numbers. I'm not worried about that. But when the time does come, I do want to give you something back for all your support. So anyway, I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Remember, you are loved, you are supported, and you are seen. Until the next time, to know yourself is to know your truth. Namaste.